Test, audio test. Good morning, folks. 3-minute warning to the operational briefing. 3-minute warning. For those of you in the back, please start making your way forward into the briefing area. For all line leadership, please come sit in your assigned seating in the chairs near the stage. Thank you. Good morning. Could I get your attention, please? Today is August 5th. Welcome to the operational briefing for the Park Fire. My name is Gwendolyn Ozard, Planning Section Chief. Please take a moment and turn your cell phones and radios down. We will get started here shortly. If you do need to have a side conversation or take a phone call, please step outside of the briefing area. To start us off, we'll review our incident objectives. Our management objectives remain unchanged, and our control objectives remain unchanged. Current situation.
Good morning, Eric Schwab, Night Operations for the Park Fire. Overall fire activity picked up a little bit yesterday than what we've seen over the last couple of days. Nothing too challenging. Looking from Forest Ranch down Highway 32 all the way around the heel of the fire, back up Highway 99 on the west side up through Branch 10 and 12. We've been engaged in mop-up operations. We've actually pulled some hose lays out there, continue to patrol, answer service calls, helping with rebuilding infrastructure and that kind of activity. Our three priority areas that we worked yesterday was up in Branch 12, the finger that ran up there to the north towards Manton several days ago still continues to challenge our control lines. We utilized UAS last night with infrared technology and continued with some seek and destroy missions in there. The two main priority areas that we worked yesterday were Branch 15 and 18. We got hand line, dozer line down both sides, almost into Mill Creek. Hopefully those will touch today, and continued with preparation for burning those out later. Have a safe shift. Thank you.
Weather.
Okay, good morning, incident meteorologist Ryan Walbrin. So let's just kind of baseline everything, remind ourselves of where we are. August 5th, it's hot, it's dry, and we're in Northern California. So nothing unusual there, right? The raws this morning, 40% humidity recovery out on the line. We're starting the temperatures around 70 degrees. As we get out there and work today, if you're out on branch 5, branch 10, 100, 105 degrees, humidities get down to 10 or 15%. So what we care about in fire weather is what's different. And what's different today is we are trending drier. For some of the people who were out there last over the weekend, we had that monsoonal moisture. Of course, that's all gone. We're deep enough into the incident where we're now bringing in new crews, people from out of state. So for your awareness, this is a little bit drier than what we would expect. So let's kind of just walk the fire really quickly then. Prevailing wind flow, the strongest winds come up the valley, south-southwest, peak around 1400 hours through the end of the sunset period. Humidity values, again, getting down to that 10 to 15% range. Up in branch 12, where it's been kind of a tough little piece of line there, of course, the winds continue to be adverse to the line. You know, strong up canyon gusts, 18 to 20 miles an hour. Stepping it back to the people working in branch 25, wind is at your back, hot and dry. And then, of course, up in branch 15 and branch 18, where the main firefight is, enough smoke, you can't see it from here, but this morning on the GO satellite showing a lot more heat than yesterday. So that smoke production is going to stay in there, keep the inversion pretty capped. Think it won't be able to break until about 15 or 1600 hours. For all the crews and everybody working in this area up above Mill Creek, just realize that the winds aloft are going to push the smoke, so you're not going to be able to see what's going on out there. And then the biggest thing that I want you to take away for what's different is that tonight there's really going to be no humidity recovery. So you're going to extend your burn period. First time really since this fire started that the humidity values will probably stay less than 30% for the entire 24-hour period. With that, remember that every day things happen that have never happened before.
Fire behavior?
Good morning, Ross Dollarhide, Fire Behavior Analyst. So many of you that are in camp this morning last came off the line after experiencing some precipitation. What I want to impart on you is we've fully transitioned into a hot, dry fire environment. So the precipitation that you saw has had no lasting effect on these fuels, to the point that the dead and down fuels are reaching critical lows. So with that, we're going to continue to see some smokes pop up on this northern edge of the fire today, especially in the more wind-prone areas. It was wind-tested yesterday, and those heavies continue to burn out, especially where there was a dirty burn up in that finger off branch 12, or excuse me, yes, 12. So we're going to continue to see that today, but again, we're going to have clear air where the aircraft is going to be able to come up and assist you in your efforts. So those of you that may be working indirect or in areas where there's an intact fine fuel component, just be aware that we're starting to reach those thresholds where you may want to have a Type 3 engine in tow. So just give the conditions their due diligence and plan accordingly. As we move around that eastern side of the fire, as the IMET said, expect a little bit of smoke shading today, but as the diurnal flow picks up, this fuel will continue its, or rather this fire will continue its fuel and slope dominated path as it works through that Mill Creek drainage. Expect things to maybe get into a little bit of alignment today, and in the afternoon conditions may pick up. Smoke may be a little bit more productive and more organized, as well as the fire activity. There continues to be significant heat along the line, especially in the dozer piles, so line leadership, be aware of that. The fuel bed is extremely receptive in the reprod and the previously harvested areas that are nearest the line. Lastly, humidities are going to remain low overnight. We're going to see a much more extended burn period. So if you conduct any firing operations, just understand that the spotting potential remains very high even into the evening and nighttime hours. Thank you.
Safety.
Good morning, Jack Piccinini, Safety Officer for the Park Incident. Turn to page 8 in the IAP is your safety message for the day. You'll see we have 3 topics of emphasis. For each of those topics, we've provided a watch out component and mitigation components. Those will serve as your notes to be able to hold conversations with your crews during the breakout or tailboard briefings. Now listen, what I really want to talk about today is leadership. Safety isn't just about putting a safety message in an IAP. Safety isn't just about sending safety officers out on the line. Safety is about leadership. It's about holding ourselves accountable to doing the right thing. It's about holding each other accountable to doing the right thing. It's about taking care of our brothers and sisters out there. It's about following policy and procedures and good and best practices so we don't get ourselves hurt and we don't damage equipment. Now listen, that being said, the safety record on this incident has been incredible, all things considered. And that represents the levels of line leadership that are out there. Keep up that good work. Now, normally when I wrap this up, I'll say have a safe shift out there today. Today I'm going to say be a leader out there.
Operational overview.
Good morning, Mark Bretton, Operations Chief for the Park incident. So a lot of challenges over this fire. Okay, we're down to some of the final challenge, that last bit and piece of this incident. You've all done an outstanding job, like Safety Officer said, being leaders and continue to be those leaders to accomplish this mission. So our priorities today are going to be in our Branch 15, Branch 18, which has been a focus for the past few days and is going to continue to be our focus. We have today is a day of execution. We have a plan in place that we're finalizing the development of to finalize this incident and be done with this. So with that execution, we need you to perform, be those leaders so that we have that success. Today, we are finalizing some of the last bits of the preparation. You are part of that preparation to institute that plan to accomplish that goal. Famous coach once said, the ability is what you're capable of doing. Motivation determines what you do, and attitude determines how well you do it. So I need you to go out there and execute like a champion today.
Air operations.
Good morning, y'all. Greg Bradshaw, Air Operations, Park Fire. To help you meet your operational objectives, Air Operations has air attack and tankers on early up. Helco will be out over the fire. To support you, we have 24 Type 1s, 6 Type 2s, and 9 Type 3 aircraft operating out of 3 helibases currently. Additionally, we have 3 MRBs, mobile retardant bases, located around the fire, and we have 2 UAS modules. CAL FIRE is providing our daytime rescue ship, and California National Guard is providing our night rescue ship. Thank you.
Communications.
Good morning, Bernie Rapp, Communications Unit Leader for Park Fire. Open your IPs to page 74 and 75. There you'll locate your 205s for today. As of 0700 hours, Park Communications was assumed by Red Bluff Base Camp. You'll continue to hail Park Communications. There's no need to state what command you are on. It's a linked system, so just hail as NIFC command. There's a new number for communications. It's also in your 204s and your 205s. So if you need to place a call to comms, utilize that number. Yesterday, a new repeater was installed over at the Mill Creek Plateau. Should aid in communications in the Mill Creek drainage there. And with that, we'll go around and I'll point out where our repeaters are just for your knowledge. At the very tip top, Lassen, it's Command 4. The new repeater, Command 10. Then we come down here, Sawmill, Command 39. Command 40 is Colby Mountain. Command 41, Turner. And then Command 42 is Tuscan Butte. With that, you may need to change commands based on your geographical and aspect location on this fire. Utilize channels 1 through 6 to find that command that best suits your communications. Today is day 2 of the new clone due to combining the air-to-ground TAC frequency between the fire or between the zones of the fire and the combining of the TFR. So get your troops in and get the radios cloned before you head out onto the line. It's important that you have the incident clone due to special frequencies in the commands that you do not have in your radios. Radio techs are available for you over at the communications tent.
Medical.
Good morning, Steve McGarry, Medical for the Park Fire. The 206 can be found on page 77. The resources we have available currently in both zones in the Butte and Tehama zone is that the CalMat and MERT teams are available here in both locations If you have any needs, please see them. We're going to have dedicated ALS ground ambulances, line medics, and REMs all over the fire. Basically, what we need you to do is really brief your crews in the box 6 information. That's all your emergency reporting. Please gather that information, pass it up the chain of command so we can get you the closest available resource. Also noted there in box 6 is the landline number to Park Communications. Please make a note of that. If you're able to not get on the radio and you have cell service, give us a call. If you have any questions, we'll be available at both locations. Thank you.
Information?
Lucas Spellman, information. Please turn to page 79. Also, we want to thank everyone for the photographs and videos you've been sending. They've been great. We've been putting them up at the Chow Hall and using them on social media, so continue to do so as you see them posted on either side here and throughout camp. There's a QR code to use. Also, again, below is the shipping and receiving addresses for the Butte Zone and the Tehama Zone. And let me give you some information on the fire. We're at 401,704 acres, 34% contained, and total personnel is 6,618. Thank you.
Finance?
Good morning, Bill Sturton, Park Finance. Couple things going on. Both camps, Chico and Tehama, have a finance section set up, OES trailer set up. If you look over here to your east, for the folks here, is going to be the OES trailer. To the north is going to be cost apportionment and the time. Please visit and turn in the required stuff you need. EMAC resources that are here, please make sure you check in with OES for your tracking. Line supervisors, please, it's very imperative for the cost apportionment that you validate with your resources that they're coming over to cost apportionment and doing their daily debriefs. Let's see. Water use, page 81. So those that have the book, IEP book in front of you, we have the water use logs on page 81. Page 80 is an example of your shift tickets. Make sure they get in daily. QR code on page 86 has the rest of the finance message. It has about 5 elements. There are QR codes in there to help you navigate. End of report.
Next up are Tehama Zone specific roll call and division assignments.
Good morning, Julie Rhodes, Resource Unit.
Good morning, Kent Cunningham, Operations for the Tehama Zone.
Starting with Branch 12, Stalker. Emmerich. Tehama Delta Echo, Brookins. Hotel Juliet, Shobosh. Lima November, Kenyon.
Okay, Luke, so today we absorbed Branch 10 into Branch 12, okay? So you got a lot of ground to cover, one branch, one mission. This has been down in here, this is in patrol status, meaning it's not done, okay? Make sure the resources continue to patrol, continue to go 300 plus feet in to put that out. Up at the top in Tehama Lima, Tehama November, the brush patch continues to give us issues. You see a little smoke in there. I want the helicopters up, I want them early, and I want them working before this becomes something that becomes hard to control. Continue to make sure the crews are cutting keyholes in the brush and going in there and getting the hot spots.
Branch 15, Bakken. Frederick. Tehama, Quebec, Miguel. Uniform, Thomas. McGaffey. Whiskey, Peterson. And Welch.
Okay, Branch 15. Making great progress. We went direct where they said we couldn't go direct, and it's holding. We have to make sure that we continue to mop up from 36 all the way down into Mill Creek. Really secure that back door. It's in the timber. It's tough, it's frustrating, there's heavy fuels in there. Keep them pushing in there. As we start to parallel Mill Creek, if we've got line in there, make it bigger. As we come down into Mill Creek, we got hand line, make it bigger. Get the MRBs going today. Let's get that all painted with fuel. We have a plan. The day of good ideas is over. It's our plan. We need to execute it, continue to move forward so that we can button this up.
Contingency, Asadas. Tehama Contingency, Morris. Shasta Contingency, Fields. Shasta Group 5, Cowan.
Okay, for contingency, this is the last day. We've got a little more, a small piece that we need to button up. Hot, dry, low RHs. We need to be aware of that. We're putting in contingency. So if the RHs get to a point, the weather is not cooperating, we need to shut it down, and we'll look for another time with a better opportunity.
Tehama Suppression Repair, Schultz. Suppression Repair 12, Peterson.
Okay, suppression repair, that's a good sign. We're starting to come across this thing doing the suppression repair. Same thing as contingency. Watch the weather, be aware. It gets too close, the RHs drop low, we don't want to start another fire, shut it down and we'll look for other opportunities, but continue the good work while you can. Thank you.
A few reminders for folks. At the conclusion of briefing, please go to your division breakouts. They're posted around the briefing area, starting with Tehama Delta Echo on your right and wrapping all the way around the back of the briefing area and ending with contingency on your left. If you are an unassigned resource, please meet with the resource unit leaders at the table where you got your IAP. Our next cooperators meeting will be at 1000 hours today. Our next planning meeting will be at 1700 hours. And our next operational briefing will be tomorrow at 0700 hours, same time, same place. Closing comments, Unified Incident Commander.
All right, good morning, everybody. Bob Counts, Unified Incident Commander for the Park incident. We still have an active firefight in branches 15 and 18. In most other areas of the fire, we have mop-up operations, and we also have suppression repair going on the south and west. It's going to take all of us working together collaboratively to bring this home, to put it to bed before the next fire, because there will be a next fire. So go out there today, be safe, put in a hard day's work, and smash it. Thank you.
That will conclude our operational briefing. Please go to your division breakouts and remember to turn your cell phones and radios back on. Thank you.